Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Sunday morning and our special time together as I remove my mask. I do want to welcome all of you and thank you for spending this time. As you know, or maybe you don't know, our facility is locked up. We haven't been able to use it since, March the 12th. And therefore, we've been doing the Sunday and the Wednesday lessons and talks and service from my home office. And I do want to welcome you to my home office and welcome you to this lesson this morning as we move into our week. It's been a heavy week for our country as we think about and rethink a lot of things that need some rethinking in relationship to ourselves. Having been active in the civil rights movement in the 60s, this whole experience we're moving through now as we bless the family of George Lloyd. We know loving hands are meeting him as he moves forward, and that whatever is needed for the healing of the consciousness of this country in relationship to our celebration of our oneness as Americans and citizens of the world. In truth, we're all one. I think maybe this morning is a good time to think about the gift of life and honor our metaphysical concept of the gift of life. There's one life, it's God, it's our life. Everyone. Whether you're a Buddhist, a Baptist, it doesn't matter. God is only one thing that made everything out of itself. And as we honor the gift of life, it, coming from our heart, allows us to honor what our Hindu friends mean when they say Namaste. The God in me greets the God in you, the Christ in me, the Christ in you, the Atman in me, the Atman in you. The gift of life, correctly known, my dear friends, and not just known, but correctly understood by every individual, is there for us all. It's a great blessing. When we know there is always more to know, more to understand, the more we know, there's more to know. This correct knowing is something that cannot be earned. It arrived with us. It is a divine gift. It's without price. A phrase which Ernest Holmes used often in his lectures and his writing is the divine givingness. The divine givingness. You see, it is the infinite mind's constant creation of new ideas, happening in the consciousness of those ready to receive those new ideas. It is a stream of spiritual creativity. We're all creative. We're either creating something new or we're just reproducing yesterday, a new version of it over and over and over again. Now, the universe, let's explore it metaphysically. The universe is a spiritual, mental cosmos. A mental, spiritual cosmos of what? Of law and order. Its ideas function within us. Ideas are its function and its eternal quality. You are a prize, my friends. You've never happened before. So the eternal quality of your uniqueness in this thing called life, once understood and celebrated, becomes a whole new level of freedom, the gift of life opened. As the individualization of this magnificent process in this thing called life. You are a total idea giving substance to form through your consciousness in your world, whether you believe it or not. You're always thinking. Your thinking becomes cause, moving through law, becomes experience. That's why the old metaphysical concept, change your thinking, change your life, is good enough to be true. Why? Because people prove it over and over and over again to themselves. Situations have no real power in your life, only the ideas you use in your constant thinking, in your constant feeling. Every day. What's the old Kuwait concept? Each day and every way I'm getting better and better. If I choose to accept better and better ideas and apply them. What if you could really look at your experience right now and say, this situation has no power in my life? This time we've been moving through, 71 days? 71 days. This whole experience is something that we all have the opportunity to learn from. Ideas without screening them to see if they are beneficial, to understand what they will produce in your life. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Love, health, happiness, joy. Am I thinking in terms of producing that as my experience? Am I looking forward to that? Am I planning to have that in my experience? You see, there's a key to changing your life for the better, no matter what's going on. And the key is the effect of loving living. It is not the way the world thinks, but the way of truth. And that's a different way. A full life is a life full of creative ideas, not a accumulation of events, of people, places, things. It is what? It is a spiritual givingness of consciousness. It is a rejoicing in all the good there is and the expectancy of further good. Full life. That's what we all accept. Who know the truth of our being and let it be our way. A full life is one living in the now and the future in the now. It is present and future expectancy of greater life, greater love, greater freedom from what? From the negative. Negative expectation. What if you were to take 2 minutes or so, not long, but just a few minutes every day, to remind your consciousness of the great ideas which are already within you. This wonderful action of God comes forth in quiet thinking. This is the advantage of meditation. Meditation, contemplation, spiritual mind treatment. That's the order. Become still, contemplate, affirm the contemplation is good enough to be true. Take 2 or 3 minutes each day to remind yourself, to remind your consciousness of the wonderful within you. Affirm, I am a prize. You are. First prize. One with God. This wonderful action of God in your thinking ready to come forth. You see, new ideas. We're constantly contemplating first where we are and then where we can be, and then we believe in where we can be and figure out how to demonstrate it as event. This is spiritual creativity in action. It is the greatest spiritual life insurance you can ever have. It is God in you, as you, directing you. Out of it comes harmony, out of it comes peace, of the harmony and peace of creative thinking. We have the opportunity today, so take it. Take the opportunity today to give yourself a moment of appreciation of the truth of you. Appreciation of the life of God, the gift of that life which caused you to be. Be it. Know the truth of it and let it be your way. Thank you for being with me this morning. Namaste. And now, my friends, I want to share with you that since we don't have the congregation in front of us and cannot pass the physical basket, we want to thank you for your love and your support, and we will pass to you the metaphysical basket. My wonderful Katrina, my assistant, will put information on the screen about how you can share a love offering with us, and we truly appreciate, thank you, and love you for it. I want to mention in this moment, because we are saying goodbye to a dear member of our center for almost 45 years. Over the years, you develop love and appreciation, family for all of your members and friends if you're the pastor of a church. My friend Bina Latham was and is and will always be in my heart, a notch above that. My wonderful Lakota Sioux friend, Mataki Yasni, she taught me how to pronounce that correctly. Her brother Richard Moosecamp, White Buffalo. My love to you, Richard, and the whole family and the Lakota Nation. You've lost a wonderful, wonderful demonstrator of greater good. She honored the spirit within her and everyone. We were great, great friends, and when my wife Carol passed in 2002, toward the end, Vina was with me and with Carol and helped in the transition from here to there. she loved and helped Carol and me. She made transition, and we are celebrating her life this weekend. I know loving hands are meeting her there. As my loving hands released her here. And Melanie and the family and Sitlali and all the grandchildren, and it's just what a wonderful family. Her husband Jerry was a dear, dear friend, and their love and support for our center and for me was a blessing and will always be. Love you, Vinyl. Love you, Vinyl. Love you, Vinyl. And now, my friends, let's have a closing treatment. Vinyl Latham was such a joy. She saw good. She honored good. She saw good. She honored good. She loved her Lakota people. And I love the lessons she taught me about her Lakota people. So let's go within as we each allow ourselves the consciousness of truth. I'm going to quote my wonderful teacher, Dr. Craig Carter. Dr. Carter said, God's life is our power, our healing, our inspiration, our teacher. God's life. All life. Let's know right now there is one life, one power. That life is God. That life is our life now. As I speak my word now in first person, allow yourself to flow with me in consciousness, affirming for yourself in first person. I know that I'm part of a never-ending awareness of my oneness with God. I celebrate what I know I am, a mighty moving power of God. Sincerity now springs forth naturally from my divine becoming. I see goodness and demonstrate it with ease. I perceive the divine truth and reality of myself, my family, my friends, my world. I know the healing of the understanding of truth now manifest in the life of our nation, our country, our world, that the evolution from isolation, moving forth through this virus experience into a whole new level of freedom and understanding, now manifest with new ideas, new ideals, new understanding, new motivation. What I know and know I know is the realization of an open mind. I now open it wider and clearer and healthier and happier and enlightened. Thinking is my way. My enlightened mind now frees new ideas, new concepts, new expectation. My healthy body responds, my healthy world responds. My enlightened mind is now free to celebrate itself as every situation in my life. My healthy duration is the total force of God as me. As my family, as my friends, as my world, as Vina Latham as her family. I am an acceleration of greatness. Today, the wonderful awaits my acceptance. I accept it now. Isolation. Moving forward through this virus experience into a whole new level of freedom and understanding. Now manifest with new ideas, new ideals, new understanding, new motivation. What I know and know I know is the realization of an open mind. I now open it wider and clearer and healthier and happier and enlightened. Thinking is my way. My enlightened mind now frees new ideas, new concepts, new expectation. My healthy body responds, my healthy world responds. My enlightened mind is now free to celebrate itself as every situation in my life. My healthy duration is the total force of God as me. As my family, as my friends, as my world, as Vina Latham, as her family. I am an acceleration of greatness. Today, the wonderful awaits my acceptance. I accept it now. I live in the world of one. I greet it with joy. The meaning and vitality of my life is unfolding now greater than ever before. The meaning and vitality of my life unfolds. By means of my intelligent choice, I make them now. I make intelligent choices now. My stress-free consciousness now demonstrates health. In my emotions, in my body, in my world. With power, energy, and enthusiasm, I let go and let God fulfill my goals. I become one with the purpose of my goal, and the goal takes care of itself. Thankfully, I know this is so, and because I knew the truth, I now bring the truth I knew into what I know now, and let it move forward in what I can know tomorrow. And it just keeps getting better. So I let it be my way. With love, I release it, give thanks for it, and know it is so. And that's the way it is, and was, and shall be. In the now of forever. In the now of forever. So it is. Namaste.